Trimetazidine piperazine is a drug for angina pectoris sold under many brand names. Trimetazidine is described as the first cytoprotective anti-ischemic agent developed and marketed by Laboratoires Servier. It is an anti-ischemic metabolic agent of the fatty acid oxidation inhibitor class, meaning that it improves myocardial glucose utilization through inhibition of fatty acid metabolism. Personal life. Valieva was born on April 26, 2006 in Kazan, Republic of Tatarstan, Russia. She is of Volga-Tatar ethnicity. She has one pet dog, a Pomeranian named Leva, gifted to her in 2019 by fans. Valieva was enrolled in gymnastics, ballet, and figure skating classes at an early age by her mother but encouraged to focus solely on skating after turning 5. She named Nathan Chen as one of the skaters whose technique and ability she admires. Along with her teammate Alexandra Trusova, she prefers to use white Edia skating boots with silver blades in competition. Career. Early career. Valieva began skating in 2009 in Arzduskhor in Kazan. She was first coached by Ksenia Ivanova, followed by Marina Kudryavtseva and Igor Lyudikov, and Natalia Dubinskaya. When she turned 6, she moved to Moscow to train at Shor Moskvish. In the spring of 2018, Valieva decided to switch skating clubs to Sambo 70, where Atiri Tutberij decided to allow Valieva to join her group. In the 2018-19 season, prior to her international debut, recordings of Valieva's short program, set to Spiegel im Spiegel by Arvo Part and inspired by Pablo Picasso's painting Girl on a Ball, received worldwide attention. Tutberij described it as her favorite program of the year. The program also drew the notice of Picasso's granddaughter Diana Widmeyer Picasso, who invited Valieva to visit her in Paris. Among other victories that season, she won the Russian Younger Age Championships ahead of training mates Sofia Akataeva and Sofia Samodelkina. It was later announced that Valieva would keep her short program for her international debut in the upcoming season. 2019-2020 season, Junior World Champion. Valieva's international debut came in late August 2019 at a Junior Grand Prix competition in Courchevel, France. Ranked 3rd in the short program and 1st in the free skate, she won the gold medal ahead of Wico Young of South Korea and teammate and training partner Maya Kromik. At the competition, Valieva became the second female skater ever to land a quadruple toe loop in competition. Her total score at the event was the 4th highest score achieved by a ladies single skater at the junior level, behind teammates Alexandra Trusova, Anna Shcherbakova, and Alena Kosternaya. Valieva also became the 4th junior lady to score above 200 points under the current GO system. 1 month later, at the 2020 JGP Russia, she placed first in both programs with personal best scores to take the title ahead of compatriots Ksenia Sinitsina and Victoria Vasileva. She attempted 2 quadruple toe loops in the free skate for the first time, landing 1. With 2 gold medals, she qualified in first place to the 2019-20 Junior Grand Prix final in Turin, Italy. Prior to the 2019-20 Junior Grand Prix final in December, a minor injury prevented Valieva from training the quadruple toe loop jump. She entered the final as a CO favorite for the title along with Alyssa Liu of the United States. After placing 4th in the short program, Valieva delivered a clean free skate to take the title ahead of Liu, who dropped from first place in the short program after under-rotating a triple axel and both of her quad lutzes, and training mate Daria Yuzakova. At 13 years old, Valieva was too young to enter the 2020 Russian Championships as a senior in December. In early February, Valieva instead competed at the 2020 Russian Junior Championships, which she won after placing first in both programs ahead of Akataeva and Yuzakova. She once again included 2 quadruple toe loop jumps in her free skate, after recovering from her previous injury, stepping out on one and landing another in combination with a double toe loop. After the competition, she was named to the Russian team for the 2020 World Junior Championships along with teammates Yuzakova, who placed third, and Kromik, who placed fifth. Silver medalist Akataeva and fourth-place finisher Sofia Samodelkina were too young to be eligible. The 2020 World Junior Championships were again seen by many as a showdown between Valieva and Liu, who had recently defended her title at the senior level 2020 U.S. Championships. Valieva placed first in the short program ahead of Lee Ha-in of South Korea and Yuzakova, setting a new personal best. Her score of 74.92 points was the second highest short program score ever for a junior lady, only behind Kostornia's short program at the 2018-19 Junior Grand Prix final. In the free skate, she performed similarly to the Russian Junior Championships, stepping out on her opening quadruple toe loop and landing all other jumps cleanly, including a second quadruple toe loop in combination. She won the title and became the new junior world champion, ahead of Yuzakova and Liu. Valieva remarked afterward that there was a little mistake on the toe loop, but basically I am pleased with my performance. 2020-2021 season. Valieva skated at the 2020 Russian Test Skates in Moscow, showcasing her new programs for the 2020-21 season. She executed a quad-toe combination in her free skate. She competed at the second stage of the Russian Cup. There, she skated cleanly, placing first in the short program but third in the free skate due to several unexpected mistakes. She won the silver medal. She later competed at the fifth stage of the Russian Cup. There, she placed first in the short program, with one step out on a triple axel attempt. In the free skate, she also placed first, completing two quadruple toe loops and with only one mistake on a triple Lutz. She placed first, winning the gold medal with one of the highest total scores in Russian domestic competition. Making her senior Russian Championships debut, Valieva placed second in the short program despite falling on her triple axel. She also placed second in the free skate with two clean quads landed, and, despite an under-rotated triple flip, won the silver medal. Following the national championships, Valieva participated in the 2021 Channel 1 Trophy, a televised team competition organized in lieu of the cancelled European Championships. Selected to the Red Machine team by captain Alina Zagitova, Valieva won both the short program and free skates, helping her team win the trophy. At her final event of the season, Valieva participated in the Senior Russian Cup final, winning the short program by a wide margin. In the free skate, she attempted a quadruple Salkov in competition for the first time but fell and made additional errors on both quad toe loop attempts. As a result, she finished third in the segment. However, the strength of her short program score allowed her to win the overall event by 2.04 points over teammate Maya Kromik. 2021-2022 season, Beijing Olympics. Valieva made her international senior debut at the 2021 CS Finlandia Trophy. She placed third in the short program after falling on her triple axel attempt. In her free skate, she landed 3 quad jumps, recording a world record score of 174.31 points, also setting a new world record for total points. Making her senior Grand Prix debut at the 2021 Skate Canada International, Valieva won the short program with a new personal best score of 84.19, 2.95 points ahead of Elizaveta Tudamasheva in second place. In the free skate, she skated a clean program with 3 quads and only one minor mistake in her triple axel. Once again, she set a new world record for the women's free skate and total score. Valieva's second assignment of the season was the 2021 Rostelecom Cup, held this year at Sochi's Iceberg Skating Palace, the host venue for skating events at the 2014 Winter Olympics, instead of in Moscow as usual. In the short program, she scored 87.42 points, breaking Elena Kostornia's previous world record of 85.45. She went on to raise the world records in the free skate and total score. Her score was higher than that of the men's event winner, fellow Sambo 70 skater Morisik Vitilashvili of Georgia, despite men's program component score being scaled 20% points higher. Valieva's results qualified her to the Grand Prix final, which was subsequently cancelled due to travel and gathering restrictions prompted by the spread of the Omicron variant of SARS-CoV-2 during the COVID-19 pandemic. On December 24, Valieva placed first in the short program at the 2022 Russian Championships, nearly 10 points ahead of Shcherbakova in second place. She scored 193.10 for her free skate, with a gold medal winning score of 283.48 points, nearly 35 points ahead of silver medalist Alexandra Trusova. She remarked afterward, "I did almost my maximum." As national champion, she was guaranteed a berth on the Russian Olympic team. Valieva made her European Championships debut in January 2022 in Tallinn, Estonia. She finished first in the short program with a clean skate and extended her world record score by over 3 points to become the first woman to break the 90-point barrier. In the free skate, Valieva fell on her triple axel attempt for the second time in competition this season, but skated the rest of her program cleanly to narrowly win the segment over teammates Shcherbakova and Trusova and take the European title. On January 20, she was officially named to the Russian Olympic team. Selected as the Russian entry in the women's segments of the Olympic team event, Valieva began the 2022 Winter Olympics with a first-place finish in the short program with a clean triple axel, scoring near her own world record. Valieva placed 4 ordinals above American skater Karen Chen, moving the Russian team into first place in the competition at the end of the short program segments. She was chosen for the women's free skate in the team event as well, winning the segment with a program that included 2 clean quadruple jumps and a triple axel, albeit with a fall on a second quadruple toe loop attempt. Her score was over 30 points clear of second-place finisher Kori Sakamoto of Japan. Valieva became the first woman to land a quadruple jump at the Olympic Games. The ROC team won the team event, but the medal ceremony was postponed pending official investigation of filed allegations concerning possible doping, though Valieva was given permission to compete while the investigation is still in progress. During the short program in the women's singles event at the Winter Olympics on February 15, Valieva placed first ahead of Russian compatriot Shcherbakova in spite of faltering during a triple axel though not falling. During the free skate on February 17, she stumbled or fell at least 4 times as she skated to Bolero. She wept as she left the ice and did not earn a place in the top 3, finishing in 4th place behind her compatriots Shcherbakova and Trusova, who came first and second, and bronze medalist Sakamoto. All 3 ROC skaters landed quads in their routines, the only women at the Olympics to do so. In early March 2022, the IOC and ISU banned all figure skaters and officials from Russia and Belarus from attending the World Championships, therefore not allowing Valieva to participate in the competition in France at the end of March. On March 25-27, Valieva participated in 2022 Channel 1 Trophy, a Russian domestic competition. During the short program, she did not perform any triple axel as she always did. Instead she cleanly jumped a double axel, a triple flip, and a triple Lutz, triple toe loop combination, and scored 83.63 into first place. During free skating, Valieva cleanly jumped a quadruple toe loop, a triple flip, double toe loop combination, a double axel, a triple loop, a triple Lutz, triple Salkov combination, a triple flip, triple toe loop combination, and a triple Lutz, and scored 173.88 in the second place behind Anna Shcherbakova. Official probe into allegations of doping and misconduct. Ostensibly, a matter of allegations concerning misconduct by Valieva began on December 25, 2021, when Valieva submitted a routine urine sample for analysis following her win at the Russian Nationals on December 24. The normal 20-day testing time for the sample lapsed, apparently due to COVID-19 related backlogs at the testing laboratory. However, the positive doping test results were eventually forwarded for evaluation in February 2022, after the Beijing Olympics had started and the team event had concluded. On November 14, 2022, the Court of Arbitration for Sport registered an appeal by the World Anti-Doping Agency about a possible violation of anti-doping rules by Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva. During Beijing Olympics, the medal ceremony for the team event, in which the ROC won gold, was originally scheduled for February 8, but was delayed over what International Olympic Committee spokesperson Mark Adams described as a situation that required legal consultation with the International Skating Union. Several media outlets reported on February 9 that the issue was a positive test by Valieva for the banned substance trimetazidine, which was officially confirmed on February 11. The sample in question was taken by the Russian anti-doping agency at the 2022 Russian Figure Skating Championships on December 25, 2021. On February 8, 2022, the urine sample tested positive for traces of trimetazidine. The sample was analyzed at the Doping Control Laboratory at Stockholm's Karolinska University Hospital, a World Anti-Doping Agency accredited lab. The test result came one day after the team event concluded. Valieva was given a provisional suspension after her positive result, but was cleared on appeal by Rosada's Independent Disciplinary Anti-Doping Committee on February 9, just a day later. Due to Valieva being a minor at the time and thus classified as a protected person under WADA guidelines, Rosada and the IOC announced on February 12 that they would broaden the scope of their respective investigations to include members of her entourage, such as coaches and team doctors. Following formal appeals lodged by the IOC, the ISU, and WADA to review Rosada DAC's decision, the Court of Arbitration for Sport heard the case on February 13, ahead of her scheduled appearance in the women's singles event beginning February 15. On February 13, Valieva's mother testified at the CA hearing that Valieva took piperazine for heart variations. According to an IOC representative, Valieva herself argued at the hearing that the positive test result was due to contamination with Grandad's medicine. On February 14, the CA declined to reinstate Valieva's provisional suspension and ruled that she would be allowed to compete in the women's singles event. The CA decided that preventing her from competing would cause her irreparable harm in the circumstances, while noting that any medals won by Valieva at the Beijing Olympics would be withheld pending the results of the continuing investigation into her doping violation. The accommodating decision from the court, subject to further and ongoing investigation, was made on three grounds: due to her age, she was a protected person per WADA code, subject to different rules than adult athletes, she did not test positive during the Olympic Games in Beijing, and there were serious issues of untimely notification of the results, which impinged upon the athlete's ability to establish certain legal requirements for her benefit. The IOC announced that the medal ceremony for the team event would not take place until the investigation concluded, as there is a concrete decision whether to strip Valieva and the ROC of their medals. On February 15, after placing first in the women's short program, Valieva was reported by the New York Times to have also tested positive for two other drugs that are not banned from competition, hypoxine and L-carnitine, from her December 25 urine sample. The combination of these drugs with trimetazidine was described as a trifecta of substances which seem to be aimed at increasing endurance, reducing fatigue, and promoting greater efficiency in using oxygen by Travis Tigert, chief executive of the United States Anti-Doping Agency. At the time of the doping test, Valieva had declared taking hypoxanthine and L-carnitine, both of which are used in Russia supposedly to treat heart conditions or enhance athletic performance. According to the New York Times, neither agent is backed by scientific evidence of efficacy in improving cardiovascular function in athletes. To allow for the possibility that Valieva's results may be disqualified following investigation, the IOC asked the ISU to expand the qualifying field for the women's singles free skating by 1 to 25. Contingent upon Valieva being one of the top 24 skaters after the short program. In a press conference the day after the free skate, IOC President Thomas Bach said he was very disturbed by the chilling atmosphere surrounding Valieva during the free skate as coach Atiri Tudbridge berated her following a mistake-filled performance that dropped her off the podium. Bach also insinuated that her coaches likely played a role in her positive test. The Kremlin responded that harshness of a coach in high-level sport is key for their athletes to achieve victories and that Tudbridge's athletes were seeing strong results. IOC President Bach later added that, doping is very rarely done alone with the athletes and that the ones who have administered this drug in her body, these are the ones who are guilty. WADA also filed an interim brief indicating that Valieva's acknowledgement of taking the two permitted substances, hypoxanthine and L-carnitine, could be read as undercutting her testimony that the banned substance, trimetazidine, was ingested by error. When the US team and the Japanese team announced their choices of athletes to compete at the March ISU World Championships in France, the Figure Skating Federation of Russia had not yet indicated their choice of which 3 women to send to France which, at the time, Valieva remained eligible to compete unless a negative outcome for doping was filed against her before the competition began. Valieva's eligibility has since been rescinded by the ISU, along with all Russian and Belarusian skaters. After Beijing Olympics. By March 9, 2022, Travis Tigert of the USADA reported that Valieva had not requested that her B sample be tested, apparently accepting the results of initial testing and relying on her explanation that the banned substance TMZ belonged to her grandfather and only accidentally contaminated or became mixed into her own use of allowed nutrients and supplements. Tigert further stated that as a minor, Valieva could still be either fully exculpated or given a warning concerning her testing positive depending on the extent of findings in the ongoing USADA investigation of doping. According to Tigert, an adverse finding against her as a first offense could still be assessed as a 2-year suspension, which is half of the suspension time which could be assessed for adults. On March 17, WADA requested that USADA complete its report on Valieva and her entourage by August 8, 2022. On June 7, 2022, ISU regulation governing the minimum age for competition at figure skating events was raised from 15 to 17 years of age following the Valieva incident at the Beijing Olympics. On August 8, Inside the Games wrote that the 6-month report originally expected on August 8 would be allowed some extra time because further data was requested by USADA in July in order to complete its report, stating that WADA President Witold Banka recently told Inside the Games that he expects a hearing will be held by USADA quite soon, and that the organization will monitor it. On September 15, Christine Brennan, writing for USA Today, indicated that USADA had completed their report and delivered it for evaluation and subsequent scheduling of official hearings concerning the investigation of Valieva's possible misconduct regarding the use of banned substances during competition. Brennan further quoted U.S. anti-doping CEO Travis Tigert stating that, given it appears that USADA's investigation is over and the case is now headed to court, they must have found sufficient evidence of a violation or otherwise the case would be closed and WADA would be notified of its right to appeal. A disciplinary hearing reviewing the Rosetta investigation results is presently planned to take place in late September or early October. A decision by Rosetta was issued in mid-October, which was endorsed by WADA, stating that the details of the Valieva hearing and its scheduled dates would be placed under international guidelines for the protection of minors and not to be disclosed publicly. Travis Tigert, the CEO of the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, stated that, if she is exonerated, there is nothing to hide and it should be made public. Certainly, keeping the decision and facts secret make a mockery of the whole process, and there is no wonder athletes and the public do not trust the global WADA anti-doping system. Short of this, it's impossible for athletes or the public to believe what happened at the 2022 Beijing Games was real and not just another fraudulent win by the Russians like so many before, as the evidence has clearly shown. Evan Bates and Nathan Chen criticized the lack of transparency in the review of the Valieva case as creating an undue delay for the presentation of the Olympic medals, which were withheld from being awarded at the Olympics until the results of the Valieva case are fully resolved to determine if Russia ought to receive the gold medal. Although Russia as a country is currently banned from participating in international skating events due to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, Valieva has continued to compete within Russian borders without being hindered by Rosetta as recently as the Russian Grand Prix held in October 2022. Significant technical achievements. On August 23, 2019, at the junior level of the Grand Prix in France, Valieva performed a quadruple toe loop with a positive go, which made her the second woman to perform this jump in the history of figure skating at competitions under the auspices of the International Skating Union. On October 18, 2020, a video appeared on the internet where she performed a triple axel with complication in training with two hands up. On December 5, 2020, she cleanly performed the triple axel in the short program at the stage of the Russian Cup in Moscow. On February 12, 2021, a video appeared on the internet where Valieva performed a quadruple Salchow in training with two hands up. In 2022, Valieva became the first woman to land a quadruple jump at the Olympic Games, with former German figure skater and two-time Olympic champion Katarina Witt calling her a child prodigy, whose highly difficult performances and grace enchanted the whole world at only 15. Awards. In February 2022, she received the Order of Friendship. On March 18, 2022 in Kazan, Tatarstan President Rustam Minnikhanov met and awarded her a Duslik Order and a Medal of 100 Years of the Establishment of TASR to her mother, also Valieva. Programs. World Records and Achievements. Became only the second woman to land a quad toe loop at the 2019 JGP France. Became the first woman ever to surpass 90 in the short program, 170 and 180 point barrier in the free skate, as well as 250, 260 and 270 point barrier in total. Set the junior record for the highest free skate score and total score at the 2020 Junior World Championships, surpassing the previous records in both categories set by her former training mate Alexandra Trusova. Her record scores were later surpassed by teammate Sofia Akateva in 2021. Set the new senior record for the highest valued triple axel with 11.54 points at the 2022 European Championships. Became the first European woman to land a triple axel, and the first woman to land a quadruple jump at the Olympic Games during the team event, held from 4-7 February 2022. Senior World Record Scores. Valieva has set 8 World Record Scores. Junior World Record Scores. Valieva has set 2 Junior World Record Scores under the +5/-5 Go system. Competitive highlights. GP, Grand Prix, JGP, Junior Grand Prix. Detailed results.